Wild Arms. That's something I miss. The original one, when you push start, it was a nice, hearty boom. Anyway, I'm back. So one of the things I've noticed is YouTube, for whatever reason, likes to snip the first few seconds and the last seconds. I get English. I honestly can. And it is not because of the scotch that I'm having right now. Lead Slingers. Great drink. Anyway, I've noticed that it likes to cut the start and end off of the videos, which is a bit of a pain. Nothing's really missing from the ones that are already up. Maybe just me saying, yep, I'll see you later, or something crazy like that, which is probably awkward because all of a sudden it's just like, yep, so that's it. Done. But anyway, so I'm going to start kind of extending, testing around a bit here to see what I can do to keep that from happening. Anyway, so we left off, we finished Prologue 2, we're at Prologue 3, and this is A Girl at a Convent. And look at that happy face. So I will say the last couple of recordings were done on weekends in the morning, so I've been a little, maybe drowsy? Tired? I don't know. Maybe not as enthusiastic. I'm just coming off a day of work here, and like I said, I've got my scotch. I am happy. I am chilling here. I got a nice brand new keyboard that came in today, and a mouse that I'm hoping is just problematic because of a battery issue, but we'll see. So, here we are, continuing on. She's talking to some voice inside her head, which is never a sign of craziness. Let's see, give me your names. So, let's see. Who am I? Who are you? Let's get some names in here. Hurry, shaman, give me your name. Yes, hurry. The veil will be covered in darkness again. Give me your name! Holy cow, you've only asked about a dozen times. ... My name is ... I'm tempted to just put her name as ... but I'm not that mean. Cecilia! I know a song about Cecilia. Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Anyone who's listened to this should know that is. You're shaking my confidence lately. Oh, Cecilia, I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you please to come home. Oh. Alright, so here we are. Cecilia! Holy cow! Hey! I'm so absent-minded. And we're back in reality. Flashy lights are gone, floating in space is gone. Was it just a dream? You were daydreaming again. You're almost 17. Oh gosh. Almost 17. So I guess that would be, what, 16? Does almost 17 also include any years prior to 16? You shouldn't daydream so much. I am totally strange, but yes, we're all strange. So why are we down here? Yes, I was the one after the bell. There was an earthquake, so earthquake again. Yes, crawled under the desk. That's actually a safe thing to do. A smart thing to do. So why is she under the desk from the earthquake and you not? Weirdos. Let's see. Okay, so time to start saying goodbye to everyone. What is that voice telling me? Sealed library. So, like last time we got led to the Berry Caves, this time we're getting led to the library. And this is where I could be a bit of a douche. I don't know. I could wander around and hit every single library book in this particular area. There are a lot. And that would just add to a lot of the runtime. And you know, like I said, it adds to a little bit of the story. Let's say goodbye to people here. That earthquake! I thought we were saying goodbye. You were convulsing. Cup on the table was shaking too. Almost screamed. Okay. Stranger danger. Let's see, what do we have here? A crest user. So this is a little guide on crest sorcery. Crest sorcery, of course, is the type of magic that Cecilia uses. If the expert's a female, she's called a crest sorceress. Thank you. And basic crest sorcery. This is kind of just introducing you to the whole combining two crests and crest sorcery, to the whole mechanics of the sorcerer's trade skill learning and other such things. Yes, make sure one of those set. This is all little tutorial type stuff. Little tidbit, hint, De La Metallica. Here's one that's not. This one's going to be a little bit of lore here. Alchemy is practiced in the period of the Great War. Techniques considered forbidden. For example, planting life into metal. If an unskilled sorcerer gained this book, the rule's actual order could be overturned. For that reason, it's sealed. Obtain a key of knowledge. The essence of this magic book will be revealed. Okay, so that's interesting. It is a book that talks about something forbidden, but the only way to really get to it is to... Okay, elemental properties. I'm not going to read the tutorial stuff. What's this one? Don't be afraid of failure. Okay, so yeah, and again, that's back to the crest sorcery. So, one of the things that happens, and is there something here that we can do? Talk to this person here. A book should be here is missing. I'll bet it's the final Harry Potter book. Someone was upset. Oh, no, giving me the book. Oh, that's right. I forgot about these. This is... okay. I'm not crazy. I swear I'm not crazy. I am crazy. I'll be honest. Alright, so let's see. There's a good view. Yeah, let's walk in here. Hello, chef. Just fried up some chow mein. Apparently this guy makes some phenomenal chow mein. I ate it with such gusto. So, this is the kitchens. The chef makes the best chow mein. His secret is a special sauce. Isn't it always special sauce? When is it not special sauce? Let's see what we got in here. Nope, she's not here. We'll come back later and see if she's around. I've got to go talk to everyone else and say goodbyes and all that stuff. So let's go talk here. More bookshelves. Like I said, there's a lot of book stuff here. Inherited tears. All shiny pyroxene passed down through Idlehead royalty. Shaped like a teardrop, fits in the palm of the hand. It's priceless, blinks repeatedly, like a heart beating. Teardrops pass down from generation to generation through the families. Okay. So, yeah. So, like I said, a couple recordings ago, there's a lot of things, lore-wise, tutorial-wise, all that kind of stuff. So this girl is a jukebox. I can play all kinds of fun music, but I'm not going to. Another library thing. Crestgraph. No. And some of it's just absent tutorial, which I'm not going to bore you guys with if I can help it. Let's talk to you. Tap. Oh gosh, please no. Alright. So, what's this? A picture. Portrait of the founder. Okay. Where was I? And my absent-mindedness, I forgot where I was. Let's jump in. Door is locked. And let's go in here. Hello. None. Here's a departure day. Preparations are actually ready. Yes. Thank you. But there's one thing I'd like to ask you about. Tell her about the dream. A What should I do? A sealed library called the guardian. We're all confused. Guide me. So, so yes. So she said, help me, I had a dream I don't understand. Teach me, guide me, and they said, no, you're old enough. You can do it on your own. Oh, golly. You know, it's times like these. Let's see, Tony Bartley. Alien invaders! Elan Guardians. We won by banding together and using combined might, but the price was horribly... the world could not sustain itself without the support of now powerless Guardians, and gradually it became a dry, desolate wasteland. To date, no one has devised a way to stop the inevitable destruction of the world. Gosh, that's bleak. Alright. Have I talked to everyone yet? Let's go talk to Sister Josephine? No, not Sister Anna Maria. How do you solve a problem like Maria? This way. How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? There we go. Hello, I have good timing. I was here earlier and you were not. Good timing? No, I just came back. Device measures the Guardian's power. Might solve the mystery of deterioration and reverse the process. That would be a miracle. Many lives would be saved. We'll pray for the Leyline device to help, but Sister Ange, what do you mean by good timing? It's related to the teardrop. Okay, so I have the teardrop. I knew I had the teardrop. I just wanted to act surprised for you guys. Ha ha ha! It's a family heirloom that's connected to girls and I found to guardians. I can observe things, so... Might affect the Leyline. See how it looks. Okay. Mr. Ange, never heard of it, actually. Just by wielding a teardrop. Okay. I don't think I can meet your expectations. So let's give this a try. So, event items. First, R1. Okay. So let's go here. Let's pick our item. Teardroppy. Whoop! Ooh, bright light. I hope you're not staring directly at the monitor for that one. Oh, I had another narcoleptic seizure again. Maybe that's what it is. I have narcolepsy. So it's not that she's powerful. She just suffers from a horrible, debilitating thing. Anyway. Alright, thank you for cooperating. You are now free to move about the, okay. Party target tool. Automatically. So here's another funny thing. So I could always do this. Woo! But now it does it for me. So I don't know. I'm not sure that they realized that they overlapped things. So, anyway. Because, see, now, I could have done this and looked at all these things, but now they just flash for me instead. I would say it means that this becomes a semi-wasted mechanic. I mean, sure, only key things are flashy, but, so what does it say? Holy woman, being guarded, faces west. Like I said, it feels like now the look around feature, look around mechanic, I should say, is semi-wasted because you no longer have to use it to find anything that's critical. It just automatically goes flashy flashy for you. Like that. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. They were cramming a little too much in here. I blame feature creep. It's a thing. It happens. Someone had a good idea. Someone else had a good idea. They decided to use both good ideas. And that's just the way it is. Alright. Sealed library. Get another sip here. And we'll move on. Because every convent needs a sealed library. When candlesticks burn, the door will be open. What's in this magic chest? My tool, the Tender Staff. This is without a doubt probably one of the coolest yet most useless things ever, because I can use it to fling fire, but I can't burn anyone or anything down. It is the safest, most dangerous thing ever. And again, you know, I talk about wasted fun things. It would be hysterical if I could, at the very least, light chickens on fire. Okay, so Cecilia's got no medium. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. And let's throw fire at a book. Because books burning, they go hand in hand. I don't know if I should be burning books, though. That just seems horrible. Okay, so here's something else, too. Sometimes chests will start to appear in battles, and you can either leave them or open them. Right now her luck is bad, which usually means it's not going to be a good item or something bad could happen. However, there were no traps detected, so I'm going to send her anyway and let's see what we get. And we get... I don't think there was anything there, unless the gimbal coin was there. It could be. I don't know. Her luck was bad. I'm not anticipating too much. Alright, so I'm going to take my nifty... Jeez. You know, next time I am playing Dungeons & Dragons, I am going to request a staff like this, just so I can run around and fling fire. Now, one thing about D&D, Pathfinder, all that kind of stuff when I do play, I tend to play a little kobold as my PC. One, because I'm suicidal, and two, just because of the crazy shenanigans that you can be a part of. I can't do anything down here. What am I doing? I'm distracted talking about kobolds. So, who would not want to see a tiny little creature running around, screaming and pretending to be a dragon while flinging fire from a stick? Honestly, if you're not amused by that, then you're probably a little broken inside. And I feel sorry for you. I will send a kobold with hugs or something. Oh, he's so thorny. Shoot me. Shoot me now. Nope, I don't want to heal. That's the worst joke ever. I know, it's been done 100 times ever. I got off work. I got off work a grand total of 3 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. And I might be a little on the hyper side because, you know, there's this energy. Unleash the energy. So, let's kind of date this a little bit. Olympics are going on. I think we're in the second week now. Naturally, Phelps dominated swimming. So did the U.S. in general. We had a pretty strong women's team, pretty strong men's team. So congratulations to them on that. Battle. Really, though, what I tend to watch when is gymnastics. My sister used to do a lot of gymnastics. I did some, but I was never really good at it. That and being the natural klutz that I am, I had a tendency to smack myself in the face with my knees. Never a good thing to do. So I just didn't keep up with it. My sister did for quite a bit, and we used to get pretty pretty into some of the stuff. We knew a few of the coaches who were involved in the whole Olympic team things and stuff like that. So it was always fun to see names. But honestly, some of the things that these gymnastics team do is superhuman. You know, I look at Gabby from the last Olympics. Look at look at our new superstar in Biles. She is just incredible with the stuff that she can do. And I watched her floor routine for the all-around, and holy cow, that was just impressive. You know, so was Allie. Allie was incredible too, for being in her 20s, young 20s, and still able to do that. Speaks a whole lot to her discipline, the way she's able to just control her movement, her body, the way she does things. It's just remarkable. And honestly, I was just thoroughly impressed. If you didn't see any of it, because they played it at a stupid time, the Olympics scheduling was garbage this year. All the good sports were during the day, so you missed them while you're at work. And all the decent ones were during off hours, which is totally flip side of it. And Cincinnati, okay. You know, I just it was just impressive to watch. And if you missed it, if you didn't see it, you need to just YouTube it. NBC's got them, and if you'll be impressed, I guarantee you'll be impressed. So one of the things that Biles does is this nifty little half twist inside of her flips and tucks, especially if she's doing Baranis and pikes, which is just remarkable. And I swear, it's the sort of move that was born from, well, you can do that, but let's see what I can do. And because one thing about a lot of the gymnastics, oh god, that's the wrong one. One other thing about a lot of the gymnastics, the gymnasiums and the training facilities and stuff like that, is they will tend to have open nights where people who are involved in the gym, can kind of come in for the night and just relax and have fun and play around on the equipment. And you know, I mean, if gymnastics is your passion, how else do you have fun other than hanging out at the gym and doing a bunch of crazy things with your peers? And anyone who's hanging around with their peers, you know, whether it's at a college level deal, school, other sporting events, you tend to start daring yourselves and daring each other and one-upping one another. And, you know, I guarantee Biles said, well, I'll bet I can do this. And then we said, no, you can't. So she did it. And everyone was like, oh my god, you actually can do that. And can you do it again? And so she stuck with it and incorporated it into her routine. And now it will most likely be named after her, because that's one of the things that happens in gymnastics, is every time there is someone who's able to do something unique, once it starts becoming standardized, because it's a game of one-upmanship, then it takes on the name of the person who usually innovated it. Which is, you know, good on her. She's going to definitely leave her mark. And I've just got to say, that's impressive to see. So, anyway, I've probably bored you. That's, you know, not something most people are into. I know that, but still, when we see something exciting, we always have to talk about it. So here we are. We are making stairs. What do we got here? This one again. Alright, so new mechanic. We've got moving ladders. And I'll do a shortly. I just want to walk into this door, pick up a treasure chest. Okay. I honestly know. I know the fight that's coming. I shouldn't be dodging as many battles as I am. Oh, for the love of... Go down. Oops. So, with these, if I can get things lined up right. Okay, we'll take a battle. Let's see, what else is going on while things are getting burned to death? So, I swung by T-Mobile the other day. Sure, smack it. 1! Interestingly enough, when Cecilia does melee, for each damage she does, she gains MP. So, it's a good way for her to recharge. I wish that the same were true with my other magic user, Jack, because honestly, he can never have enough MP. So, anyway, I went to the T-Mobile store and kind of poking around, and the guy behind the counter was actually very nice and brought me out a Samsung Note 7 to mess around with. And I've got to say, it's when next to the S7, it doesn't look like much, simply because the two are very similar, and really one of the only differentiating factors is the stylus integration. It actually loses out a little bit on battery, but from a chipset standpoint and all that kind of stuff, it's remarkably similar. Comparable performance, all that kind of stuff. The stylus, though, is magic. Holy cow, I got a chance to mess around with that and started sketching around and playing with things and started reading up a little bit on it. And apparently what they did is they've got about 109 different levels of pressure sensitivity programmed into the phone and the stylus itself to gauge what sort of a line needs to be drawn, how thick it is, how feathery it is. It was impressive. I was impressed. And I wound up pre-ordering one. So that should be coming in. Now, I'm not one of those weirdos who's just going to upgrade every model. I probably used to be like that once upon a time. Okay, can't protect against attack damage. Whoop-de-doo. You're not going to live long enough to attack me. I'm actually using a Samsung S6 Edge that I got quite a couple years ago, at launch actually, 2015. And it's held up rather well. It's had to take a couple of resets to work properly, but it's doing well. Due to the nature of my work environment, the Note is actually a really nice platform. It ties in well with what I need from a device that supports things that I do on a daily basis. So the pre-order is not a bad thing. That, and you get a 256 gig micro SD card for free. So that'll let me take storage on that phone up from the standard 64 to remarkably high. Almost as much as most MacBooks nowadays. More than the Razer Blade laptop. At least some of its models. Most of them, I think, are like 256. You can buy a 500 gig and all that stuff. But you know, that's not too shabby. So it'll let me do a lot of stuff around work. It'll let me do a lot of things. Yeah, it'll be a good little phone. I'm looking forward to it. So that should be sending out a bit. And I'll get to mess around with it and get used to it and customize it and have fun with it. I'm excited. And then I'll end up, once it's stabilized, everything's good, I'll sell off the S6 Edge. It served me well, but it's time for it to go. So, Alright, so, where are we at? We have done a bunch of puzzles, we've wandered around a bit. Now we are in, a library with a lot of books. I'm not gonna lie, I've read through all of these before. They a lot talk about the puzzle that's up here, and I suppose I should take a look. Alpha and Omega, past the future. Okay, so I've got to figure out what this guy's name is. I guess Z for right now. And I will be honest, I forgot what the name is. So, abandon world, let's take a look. Destruction. Yeah. Okay, so here's the first wander. Marks, Nomads, Alan Smithy. Never know that is a type. Okay. So let's go check out our books here. That is me using the sprint button. What was that name? Meldor. Okay. So we have the Guardians on Earth. Okay. Oh, here we go. Genesis. Guardian Blade. So, there we go. That's going to be our answer. Guardian Blade, because it was forged. It is the beginning, it is the end, so let's reset. Oh, okay, let's go back to you. And G, A, R, N, space. And there we go. Ow. Alright, so let's move this ladder over. I don't care so much for recharging my encounter things, so for the sake of brevity, I'm going to slide the ladder over here, and I'm going to grab some vitality orbs. Go away. I don't want to deal with you right now. And anything else here? I don't think so. No, door's open. Let's go. And here we are. You know what? I might want another level. So let's... I knew I was dodging too many. Let's go get some happy fun time. So this next guy isn't hard so much in the fact that I have to actually outcast him. It's more I need to survive, and you'll see what I mean when I finish up here, assuming I level off of this fight. It's an endurance thing. It's got very little to do with actual, my ability to damage him down. and more to do with my ability to simply not die. So having a little bit of a pool, a little bit of buffer. She's got great magic defense, so capitalizing on that a bit is always a good thing as well. And you know, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to push for too much. If I get a level off of this, great. If I don't, I may go for one more. Let's see how close I am. 13 to go. That's about... that's quite a few battles, actually. Alright, whatever. We'll go for it. If I die, I die. Then we get to see how all the coins and thingies work. That is not a healthy looking book. That is a face made of skin on a book. So you saw, we read that book of Nelgal downstairs. It said he's immune to fire. I only have fire right now as far as an offensive spell ability goes. So I will probably not be able to do much to him, if anything at all. But like I said, this is less about my ability to damage him down, and more about my ability to simply not die. And we'll find out why. I radiate magical power. I'm the voice. No. No, not the voice. If I'd like to hear the voice, and I should defeat him. I don't know, this seems like a trap. Oh! There we go. I'll show you what happens if I use that. Why not? Boom! No effect. It was blocked. And now he's going to hit me for full damage, which again isn't too much yet. So anyway, just to go into things a little bit, she is my overall mage support class. She uses offensive spells, defensive spells, heals, casts different buffs, speed up, things like that. It's not hard to get every spell for her, you just have to actually know where to look to get things that let you make new spells. Let's see. I'm trying to know what the trigger is to... oh god. But now. And this is where things start to hurt. Oh, good. Here we go. Release the Guardian's power. I've attained a medium! Haha! So remember when I went to her FP menu and it said no medium? This is her FP. This is where things get fun. So, nitpicking time. Stoldark. In the original, it wasn't Sturdark, it was Stoldark. When I first played this, I was like, oh, it's Stol... wait, what the hell's that name? So, let's go to FP, Aqua Wisp, and this is where she shows herself to be one of the more powerful things in the game, insofar as turning the tide of battle. She summons Guardians. And I will admit, even though they butchered some of the names, the animations and the visuals that they put on these guys is downright impressive, and holy cow, I love it. There is one Guardian who has always been my favorite. I cannot wait to see it, because even on my original playthrough, I haven't gotten that far yet. So, oh, that's just going to be a fun one. I cannot wait. So, here we go. We defeated Book Monster. And, hey, there's a picture of a nun in here. Why is there a picture of a nun in here? Who is the one that managed this library and then sealed it away? That is a mystery I would love to solve. I love this music. But there's a song that I love even more. Here we go with Lilithia again. All roads lead to Lilithia. And now we have our first rune. Princess of Adelheid. So, I'm going to let this one go a little long because of what comes next. After this, let's read some books. Infinite sequence system. Interesting. Guardian of Phlegeia. Secret Mysterious Guardians. Folklore. Okay. So, some interesting lore there. And I'm going to be quiet. Well, maybe not quiet. I'm waiting for something. I forget which part of the sequence it comes out. I think it's after this. So... So, the sisters know more than they let on. And I've got to say, as royalty, I'd have to wonder why they let that happen. But, you know, at the same time, I guess, who is almost 17-year-old me to question however old these people are them? They probably heard the same maddening whispers in their minds. And who knows? Who knows? Whatever. It is what it is. It happened. Now we have a rune. We can summon great things. And we've got a lot to do. That was a wink. And that was a laugh. Always remember to smile and have faith. Everyone else who knows you places their faith in you easily. I'm a princess, but I am my own person. In the end, I alone choose my life. Okay. So, I think we're about to wrap up this particular prologue. And then we'll be able to actually start the first chapter, effectively, very soon. So, they've known me, and they knew I had to go back to the castle. They didn't realize it was today. They didn't know me. Birthday, people. To the game's credit, every single one of those models had a different face. Even some of the more modern games, you see a lot of duplicated things. But I think it's coming up, so I'm going to be quiet and just let this play. save, and let's see. And that is the song that has stuck in my head since 1997. And we'll get back to that. So that is the song that's stuck in my head since 1997. And I don't know why, but Into the Wilderness, the title of the song itself, just sticks. It is a wonderful song that, honestly, every time I hear it, I feel like I should just go for a walk somewhere, humming it, whistling it, and yeah, it's a good one. I like it. And sometimes it's hard to say why a song resonates with a person the way it does, especially when there's no vocals. There's no words or lyrics to relate to. There's no poem or anything underlying the music that speaks to me, but that song just sticks, and I don't know why, but it does. And that's probably why I've liked this one as long as I have, is simply because there's something in it, aside from the story, but something in it that I have carried with me from the day that I first put it into my PlayStation 1, powered it up, and hit play.